Welcome back in the third class of arithmetic progression. This class especially is made for CBSE and ICSE students. There is a complete revision of concepts with the help of PYQs. Although it is specially made for CBSE and ICSE student, but this is also helpful for Maharashtra State Board students. So the only thing I keep on requesting to the students that don't just watch the video, but take a notebook, take a pen, and then go through the video, because as if like you are in the classroom. So keep on solving, keep pause the video, then try to solve on your own, and then play. Like this you can do this. Okay, so without wasting time, let me start with the remaining questions right now. Let me share the screen for you. So this was the last question that we solved in the last class. Okay. But before I actually start with the new questions, let me solve. This was the question. This was the last question. So this was given to you as a homework. Okay. In an arithmetic progression, the fourth and sixth term of an AP, fourth term is T4, which is always equal to A plus 3D, and that is equal to 8. Let this be equation number 1. Then sixth term, that is T6, according to our calculation, it has to be A plus 5D, and that is given to us as 14. Let this be equation number 2. If we subtract these two equations, this is minus, and then A and A gets cancelled. 3D minus 5D is minus 2D, is equal to minus 6. 8 minus 14 is minus 6. Okay, now value of D is 3. If we substitute this value of D in equation 1, substituting D is equal to 3 in equation 1, what will happen is A plus 3 into 3 is equal to 8. A plus 9 is equal to 8. The value of A is minus 1. All right. Then he's asking for the sum of 20 terms. Sum of 20 terms, it is n by 2, that is 20 by 2. 2 into A value is minus 1, plus 20 minus 1, n minus 1 into D is 3. This is 10 minus 2 plus 19 into 3, which is 10 into minus 2 plus this is 57, that means 10 into 55, which is equal to 550. So check your answer accordingly. Okay, now let's come to today's questions. This was the last question that we solved. Which term of an arithmetic progression, which term, that means he's asking for nth term again, okay, is 300. Hence, find the sum of all the terms in the arithmetic progression. So, which term? So, Tn, if you look at these things, what is given in the problem? What is given in the problem? The first term is 15. The first term is 15. The common difference, that is 30 minus 15, is equal to 15. And nth term, according to him, is 300. But how do we find out the nth term? Nth term, according to our formula, it is A plus n minus 1 into D, but that is given to us as 300. That is given to us as 300. All right. Now, value of A is 15 plus n minus 1 into D, that is again 15, is equal to 300. Okay, now in this case, you can directly divide throughout by 15, or else look at this term. This is 15 into n minus 1 is equal to 300, अगर आपको डायरेक्टली 15 से डिवाइड करने का समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, फॉलो दिस स्टेप्स ऑलवेज. ओके, इन दिस काइंड ऑफ प्रॉब्लम यू कैन फॉलो दिस स्टेप्स. पहले तो ये टर्म राइट हैंड साइड पे लेके जाओ, दैट बिकम्स नेगेटिव. सो 15 इंटू n minus 1 is 300 minus 15 is 285. 285. N minus 1 is 285 divided by 15. 5 3s are 15. 5 5s are 25. 3 remains and 5 sevens are. So what is n minus 1? N minus 1 is 19. 3 ones are 3 and 3 nines are 27. So we have value of n as 19 plus 1 is equal to 20. So there are 20 terms. Then he is asking for hence find the sum of all the terms. That means there are 20 terms that I have understood. Okay, now very interesting thing. Suppose this term is supposed to be the last term. Okay, now for the first time we are using this formula. Sn is equal to n upon 2. Usual the formula is 2a plus n minus 1 into d, but we can also use this formula a plus l, that is first term plus last term, because there are 20 terms. So this is 20 divided by 2. A, the first term is 15 and the last term is 300. Now outside the bracket 20 divided by 2 is 10. Inside the bracket 300 plus 15 is 315. You multiply 315 by 10 and that becomes 3150. Okay, write down the final answer. Therefore n is equal to 20 and Sn is equal to 3150. Don't forget to write the final answers always in the exam. Now 15th term, which term of an AP? So I'll write this AP again for your better understanding. Minus 11 by 2 minus 3 minus 1 by 2, and this is our nth term. Okay, so what is given to us as like the previous question? What is given to us as A is minus 11 upon 2. D, if you don't understand directly, and I always say even if you know it directly, use this term minus the previous term, that is minus 11 upon 2. Take some time, don't be in a hurry. Write the problem, solve the problem in a proper way. Right, so this is minus 6 plus 11 upon 2. So the value of D is 5 upon 2. Okay, the value of D is 5 upon 2. So now the question is which term? Now this is also given that nth term is, remember, nth term is 49 upon 2. Right, that means a plus n minus 1 into d अगर कोई कैलकुलेशन कर रहा है तो उस बंदे का आंसर आ गया है 49 अपॉन 2. इसमें a का वैल्यू माइनस 11 अपॉन 2 प्लस n minus 1, we don't know the value of n, वही निकालना है अपने को, into d is 5 upon 2 is equal to 49 upon 2. So as I told you in the last question, use the same steps. Do not worry, use the same steps. So 5 upon 2 into n minus 1 is 49 upon 2 plus 11 upon 2. So we have 5 upon 2 into n minus 1 is 49 plus 11, that is 60 divided by 2. So n minus 1 is 60 divided by 2. I can divide it definitely, but look at this, 2 upon 5 in this case. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled, 5 12s are 60. Hence n minus 1 is 12. Therefore n is equal to 12 plus 1, and hence my final answer is n is equal to 13. I will write according to the question. He is asking for n. So n is 13, and that is my final answer. Similar question, no, this is something which is very interesting. uh, which term is the first negative term? First negative, this kind of question is also there in the textbook for ICSE students. Which term of the given sequence is a first negative term? Now here we need to understand, ये जो question start करने से पहले I would recommend, highly recommend, to go through the videos of linear inequations. Linear inequations है. There is only one video for ICSE student. You get one question from this chapter. So go through this and then come to this question. So uh, here, the sequence that is given to us is 20, 19, 1 upon 4, 18, half, 17, 3 by 4, and so on. All right. Now, observe this, what I'm doing. Given, what is the given condition? First is a is equal to 20. ये तो ठीक है. D is now 19 1/4, या तो उसको मिक्स फ्रैक्शन से इम्प्रॉपर फ्रैक्शन में कन्वर्ट करो, और माय सजेशन इज 19 1/4 is 19.25, 1/4 is 0.25, right? Minus 20. Hence, the common difference is minus 0.75. Minus 0.75, which if you wish to convert into this can be converted into fraction, that is minus 3/4. This is D. So it's up to you. You want to keep it as decimal point or you want to convert it into fraction. It's up to you. Now he's asking for the first negative term, right? For first negative term, that means he is asking us कहाँ तक ये जो है ना tn, that becomes less than 0. When it becomes less than 0, उसका कंडीशन निकालना है अपने को. Now the value of tn is a plus n minus 1 into d is less than 0. As usual, the value of a is 20 plus n minus 1 into d. I can make it minus 3/4, and that is less than 0. So as usual, n minus 1 minus 3/4 is less than minus 20, right? Now the next step is very, 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 very important, right? Now, according to the laws or principles or rules of linear inequations, now I am going to cross multiply this minus 3/4. Remember, there is minus 3/4, right? So whenever you, okay, so what will happen? Minus 20 into minus 4/3. The most important rule of linear inequations is whenever you are multiplying or dividing by a negative term, whenever, listen to this very carefully, whenever you are dividing or multiplying by a negative term, inequality changes, because the negative term is multiplied or divided. Inequality जो less than था वो बन गया अभी greater than. That means n minus 1, remember this is 80 upon 3. Okay, so we do not have the exact value, right? So but n is greater than, so we can okay, what I'll do is, let me first write n minus 1 is greater than, remember it is 3 2s are 6, 2 remains, 3 6s are 18, and then 666. We know that n ka value is a natural number, but wait, I am taking this as 26.6 plus 1. That means n has to be something greater than 27.6. We started with the negative, first negative term, which when it less than. So for this condition, n का value जो है वो greater than 27.6 होगा, and for greater than 27.6, the first natural number, because n is always a natural, the first natural number which is greater than 27.6 is 28. 28, राइट। अगर यकीन नहीं है तो हमको रफ वर्क करके अपना कैलकुलेशन चेक करना है। सो लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल अगर T27 मैं कर रहा हूँ, 27 का वैल्यू कितना हो जाएगा, 26 इंटू डी, राइट। A is 20 plus 26 into D is minus 3 by 4. All right. Now that is equal to 20, 2 2s are 4. This is 13. 13 3s are 39. 39 divided by 2. 20 minus 39 divided by 2. 2 ones are 2. 2 nines are 18. So it is 19.5. See, अगर मैं T27 निकालूं तो मेरा आंसर 0.5 आ रहा है. That means it is still positive. लेकिन मैं T28 निकालू बिकॉज दिस इज स्टिल पॉजिटिव, T27 nth टर्म इज पॉजिटिव, T28 इसके बाद वाला टर्म, ओके, नाउ दैट इज A plus 27D. Let me try to find out this. A is 20 plus 27 into minus 3 by 4. Okay, now that is equal to 20 minus 3 sevens are 21, 3 to the 6, 81 upon. So you see this, 20 minus 4 to the 8.5 आ रहा है, right? Sorry, 0.25 आ रहा है, it's 0.25. That means the value here is minus 0.25. Now, this is the first time it is becoming negative. Can you see this? I have checked my answer. He is asking for the first negative term. First negative term, I start with less than 0. Negative means less than 0 aega. So I started with less than 0, right? And I got the value as n is greater than 27.6. In this process, very important part, जब ये हम लोग क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं, when I'm cross multiplying this thing, linear inequations rule comes into picture. That means if you are multiplying and dividing by a negative term, the inequality changes. So less than tha wo greater than ban gaya. This is important point. I have checked my answer and I am right. Okay, now which term of NAP is 72 more than 41st term? So let's say that is the nth term. Okay, now that nth term is 72 more than the nth, the 41st term. 41st term plus 72 is my nth term. You have to understand the English. You have to just understand the English part. All right. Now, here, according to me, the nth term is A plus n minus 1 into D. According to here, this is A plus 40D, and that is equal to, sorry, plus 72. I forgot to write one thing. Given conditions, ये पहले लिखना था मुझे. Given conditions are A is equal to 8 and D is equal to 14 minus 8, which is equal to 6. So I bring all the values over here. A value is 8 plus n minus 1 into 6 is equal to A value is 8 plus D is 6 plus 72. 8 and 8 both sides, because plus hai, it gets cancelled. Okay, now so we have 6 into n minus 1 is equal to 240 plus 72. Okay, so 6 into n minus 1 is equal to 312. N minus 1 is 312 divided by 6. So we have n minus 1 is 6 5s are 30, 6 2s are 10, and the value of n becomes 52 plus 1. So value of n is 53, right? So here n term, मतलब n का value कितना आ रहा है, 53 आ रहा है. All right, let's come to the next question. Which term is 120 more than 21st term? Okay, so here given, in other words, क्या है? A is 3, D is 15 minus 3, which is equal to 12. Now, which term is 120 more than the 21st term? 120 more than the 21st term. So I have A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay. I think this can also be solved like this directly. Okay, no, we need to find out the value of n. So A plus n minus 1 into D is A plus 21th term, that means A plus 20D plus 120. So we have the value of A as 3, D value is 12. Again, the value of A is 3 and the value of D is 12 plus 120. So 3 and 3 easily gets cancelled. So we have 12 into n minus 1 is equal to 240 plus 120. So we have 12 into n minus 1 is equal to 360. So the value of n minus 1 is 360 divided by 12. Value of n minus 1 is 30. So value of n is 30 plus 1, which is equal to 31. Okay, now move on to the next question. If the 10th term of AP is 52 and 17th term is 20 more than the 13th term, then find the AP. Okay, दोनों मिक्स करके दिए है क्वेश्चन. 10th term given, 10th term. अच्छा, according to my calculation 10th term has to be A plus 9D and that is equal to 52. Let me write this as equation number 1 because अभी कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा इसमें. 17th term is 20 more than 13th term. That means he says 17th term is 20 more than the 13th term. Okay. So what is 17th term? According to my calculation, it is A plus 16D. 13th term is, according to my calculation, it is A plus 12D, is plus 20. Now, just like the previous problem, A and A gets cancelled. 16D minus 12D, this is plus, okay, is equal to 20. So we have 4D as 20 and the value of D is 20 upon 4. The value of D is 5. Remember, the question is find the AP. AP ढूंढ के निकालना है. Substituting D is equal to 5 in equation 1. Right? So if I substitute this equation 1 में, that is T10 is equal to A plus 9 into D. D का value कितना है? 5 है and that is equal to 52. Right? So we have A plus 45 is equal to 52. We have A as 52. So the value of A is 7. Remember to write the final answer. Therefore, the required AP is required AP is, you have to write at least 3 terms. The first value is 7. First term is 7. D is 5. So the second term would be 7 plus 5, which is 12. The third term would be 12 plus 5, which is 17. The fourth term would be 22. 17 plus 5 and so on. All right. So at least write 3 terms or 4 terms. Okay. Okay. Very interesting question. How many digits, 2-digit numbers are divisible by 3? Okay. There are, that means again, we need to find out how many n, how many numbers, मतलब n निकालना है अपने को. So which are the two digit numbers which are divisible by 3? The first is, we start with 12. The first number would be 12, then it is 15, then it is 18. 3 का टेबल ही है, बस 2 digit numbers चाहिए. Like this, if we go on, if we look at the last term, it has to be 99, right? So the AP मतलब यहाँ पे 2 digit numbers divisible by 3. This is something we are finding out. All right. So now your value of A is 12. Value of D is 15 minus 12, and that is equal to 3. And the interesting part is nth term is 99. So what is nth term? According to our calculation, it is A plus n minus 1 into D. This is 99. That is something which is given to us, in other words. All right. So the value of A, if I write it at value of A as 12, value of D as 3, so it is just like something that we have solved in some of the previous questions. आसानी से आराम से करना है, इसको 3 से डिवाइड कर सकते हैं ऑन द होल, बट व्हाट आई विल डू इज 3 into n minus 1 becomes 99. If I take this 12 on the other side, it is minus 12. 3 into n minus 1 is 87. N minus 1 is 87 upon 3. So n minus 1 is 3 2s are 6, and this is 9. So n is equal to 29 plus 1. So n is equal to 30. N is equal to 30. That means the final answer, therefore, number of two-digit numbers divisible by 3 is equal to 30. Okay, let's have a look at some few questions which are similar to this. Very interesting. Find the number of natural numbers. थोड़ा सा इधर ये है, इधर s नहीं होगा, इधर s होगा. Find the number of natural numbers between 109, 102 and 998 which are divisible by 2 and 5. Both 2 and 5 both. So let me tell you, when he is talking about 2 and 5, ऐसे अगर दो numbers आएंगे, so usually I am asking you to do this. That means he is asking number is divisible by 2 and 5. जब and आएगा ना यहाँ पे, that is a number is divisible by 10. Now how do I get this 10? So usually लोग सोचते हैं 10 का मतलब इधर सर आपने 2 into 5 लिया. Yes, 2 into 5 आपको दिख रहा है, which is partially correct, or rather I will not say it is correct. Basically मैं ये 10 कहाँ से लेके आ रहा हूँ? LCM of 2 and 5. ओके, तो यहाँ पे अगर आप बोल रहे हो 2 into 5 कर रहे हो तो ठीक है, बट अगर मान लो लेट्स से एग्जाम्पल नंबर डिविजिबल बाय 4 and 6 कर रहे हो, 4 and 6, अगर आप 24 लेते हो तो इट इज एब्सोल्युटली रॉन्ग. योर आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी रॉन्ग. You have to take number divisible by 4 and 6 बोले तो LCM of 4 and 6. What is LCM of 4 and 6? That is 12. That is 12. Remember. So you will have to find out the numbers which are divisible by 12 and not 24. Okay, coming back to our problem, the number is divisible by 2 and 5. That is, a number is divisible by 10. How do I get 10? That is LCM. Oh, don't forget this. This is very important. LCM of 2 and 5. Okay, now that means that is, the numbers are, first number would be 110, second number will be 120, then it is 130, and like this. If I go on, the last number would be 990. Now if you look at, the question is similar to this question. Okay, जैसे यहाँ किया है वैसे ही यहाँ पे आएगा. So for me, here the value of A is 110, value of D is 120 minus 110, which is 10. Okay, now nth term, which we know is 990. Okay, now let us calculate this. A plus n minus 1 into D is 990. 990. The value of A is 110 plus n minus 1 into D is 10 is equal to 990. Again, this can be directly divided. The whole equation can be divided by 10. But अगर आपको नहीं आ रहा है, वो समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, तो go with the basic process, very basic process, that 990 minus, take this 110 on the other side, that is 110. So we have 10 into n minus 1 is 880. Now, what is n minus 1? N minus 1 is 880 divided by 10. So we have n minus 1 is 88, and n is equal to 88 plus 1, that is 89. Right? So he was asking for number of natural numbers between 100, and so you will have to write the answer like this: number of natural numbers between 102 and 98, 998 is equal to 89. Now this is interesting. Look at this question. How many natural numbers are there between? I think something is missing. Let me take 10 and 1000. थोड़ा अगर नहीं भी है, थोड़ा थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट बनाते हैं. 10 and 1000 which are divisible by 5 but not 2. Now, अगर 5 and 2 होता तो divisible by 10 वाले होते. 5 and 2 होता तो, right? But here he is saying 5 but not 2. तो what are the numbers? तो अगर मैं 10 लेता हूं, अगर मैं 10 से शुरुआत करता हूं, then 10 is divisible by 5 as well as 2. So this is not allowed. So I will take 15 as my first number. Now if you look at this number, this is divisible by 5 but not 2. Right? The second number would be 25. The third number would be 35, because अगर मैं 30 ले रहा हूँ, 30, it is divisible by 5 as well as 2. So, but we are looking for numbers which are divisible by 5 but not 2. Like this, if I go on, the last number would not be 1000, but it would be 995. This would be the last number. Now, इससे क्या पता चला मुझे? A का value. The value of A as 15, the value of D as 25 minus 15 is equal to 10, right? Nth term in this case is 995. The process then remains the same, just like what we have done in the last two questions. Everything remains the same. Like here, A plus n minus 1 into D value is 995. That means value of A is 15 plus n minus 1 into D, that is 10. This equation can be easily divided by 5, but अगर आपको नहीं आ रहा है तो let us go with the basic things. 995 minus 15 will be 10. into n minus 1. This will be 995 minus 15 is 980. That means n minus 1 is 980 divided by 10. So we have n minus 1 is equal to 98. The value of n is 98 plus 1, which is equal to 99. So how many terms will be there? There will be 99 terms between 10 and 1000, which will be divisible by 5 but not 2. Oh, very basic question once again. Find the sum of first 20 terms whose nth term is given by this. Right? So, kya karna? Very basic question. An, that is nth term, is 5 minus 2n. What will be a1? A1 is 5 minus 2 into 1. If you remember this kind of problem we have solved, and this is equal to 3. I will also find out a2. कैसे निकालना है? a2 कैसे निकालेंगे? n के बदले 2 लिखेंगे, n के बदले 2 आएगा. So 5 minus 2 into 2, right? So that is 5 minus 4, which is equal to 1. Now what is d? A1 is a, basically first term मिल गया. What is d? D is a2 minus a1, difference between the two terms, that is 1 minus 3 is equal to minus 2. He is asking for S20. What is the formula for Sn? Sn is n upon 2. 2a plus n minus 1 into d. That is S20 is equal to 20 upon 2. 2 into a का मतलब 3 है, प्लस n माइनस 1, 20 माइनस 1. अगर डायरेक्ट नहीं लिख पा रहे हो तो जैसे लिख सकते हो लिखो ठीक से. So this is 20 upon 2 is 10, 6. यहाँ पे आएगा 19 into minus 2. Okay, so S20 is 10 into 6 minus 38. And that will be 10 into 6 minus 38 is minus 32. And my answer would be minus 320. Question ka answer, sum of first 20 terms is equal to minus 320. All right. Now, all right, so this we will be taking in the next class, because I will add something, a theory, एक छोटा सा concept add करना है. So this I'll be taking in the next class. So let me stop sharing. Okay, so these are the basic questions that we solved in this class. So in the next class we will be discussing about अगर वो दे रहे 3 terms in AP स्पेशली, या 4 terms in AP, या 5 terms in AP, तो क्या करना चाहिए. Okay, तो उसके बारे में discussion we will be doing in the next class. Okay, so see you in the next class. Bye bye till then. Thank you very much.